Hello, how are you? Is it open in there? Is it open? Oh, you want to help? Okay. Well, I wanted to do a report. Go ahead and go inside. Oh. Okay. Can you? I wanted to talk to someone. Step out. I don't really have a lot of rights. So, do you mind stepping? Oh, okay. Do you?
Just tell me, is there something that I can either report or something?
Yes. Is your body cam on?
Yeah, that's going to be on right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And may I have your name?
I'm Officer Lambert.
Your badge number?
7556.
Okay. I have a lot of things going on. Crimes happen to me every day, and I've slipped up under the radar. And
Is that something you've been dealing with the detectives or something?
No, I never had a detective for years. It's weird.
Okay, well, go ahead and tell me what you got.
Okay, so I have this stalker. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I have a lot of things going on. I have a case with a harassment case out of South Central Patrol. They referred me over to here.
South Central?
Yes, they told me to start coming here.
Where do you live at particularly? Do you live on this side?
Yes,
versus...
I made reports here.
And that's why they said come over here?
Yes.
Okay.
So here, you can take a look at this paperwork right here.
Just tell me.
I want you to
give me a.
It's child interferes with child custody. Here, look at it.
I don't mind.
Okay, wait. Let me make sure I understand. Okay, I want to make sure I understand. So I'm doing a report. I'm doing a report, and I can't give you evidence.
I just showed up here. Know what it is.
Here, look at it.
Tell me first. You're saying
child interferes with child custody crime.
And I get that.
Okay, well here, look at that.
So tell me.
You don't want to see the evidence. You don't want to see the evidence.
What?
It's hard when everywhere I go, police are committing crime.
Your children?
Yes. Yes.
Can I get some information?
Yeah, here. Can you just look at? Okay. No. So you don't want to see the evidence. Interference with. Okay.
I want to talk to you first.
Okay, you want to talk to me first.
Yes.
Okay. 2000.
And what I'm saying is.
Okay. I'll wait till you're ready for me to talk.
What it is that you're saying you want to file an interference with child custody. The next question is, this time, what have you ever, you said you filed several different reports, is that correct?
Are you depriving me of the right to report interference with child custody? Because I haven't received my supervised. Did you not expect me to come here? Stalking's a crime. Oh, okay. Well, I want to get on the reason.
I first have to ask.
Because police terrorize me. They used to bully me, but now that I'm recording, they scheme to psychological abuse.
Can there be a
We haven't got to. I'm pressed for time, ma'am. I'd like to concentrate on why I came here and you not to commit crimes.
In order for me to
I was telling you what happened, and then you interrupted me to commit crimes. Can I tell you why I came? We're wasting time, ma'am. I'm pressed for time. Okay, go ahead and ask the questions, ma'am. I'm waiting for the questions. You haven't asked the questions yet? I want to keep time because we're wasting time. I do my own investigation while you do yours. Okay, down in the station. That's where I'm at. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
I'd like to do a report.
What kind of report?
A lot of things are going on. I have some information on stalking. I needed to get more information. She told me to come in.
Oh, okay.
At the police station. Until I record. That's who's setting it up. You parking? You gonna park? Yeah. You guys forgot why you came here. Hello, I just left to get my phone. I just left to get my phone. I was doing a report. I didn't want you guys to think I left.
I didn't hear you.
I left to get my phone. I didn't want you guys to think I left.
Okay.
I'm trying to do it. Okay, who's coming out?
Sorry.
Oh, Skinner? Because can I request not to speak to people that are bullies? Am I enforced to talk to people that are problems?
He's a station starter.
I didn't want to speak with Skinner. He's a bully and a criminal. He's tampered with evidence. Can I request to speak to someone that doesn't terrorize me? If I had rights like other citizens, I wouldn't be required to speak with the problem. I don't want to speak with Skinner.
Okay. Well, you'll find an officer you can speak.
Yeah, because I mean, I shouldn't be, if I had rights, I shouldn't be enforced to speak with bullies and problems. I didn't want to speak with Skinner, though. He's a problem. He's a bully. I don't know why he's angry with me. I don't want to talk to you. You're the only one, period. Out of all the police, it's only you, Skinner. I just don't appear to have rights. I want to report a crime. Do you have a body cam on? I would like because you commit crime, sir. I don't want to be enforced to speak with problems. And it is a crime for you to take a report with no body cam on. There's a lot of different things I wanted to report. So we have, first off, we can start with the interference with child custody crime.
Same thing you called about last week, and the week before, and the week before.
Okay, if I could, what's your name?
Officer Jenkins,
Okay.
number 7742.
Okay, if I called about it, what has been done?
I don't know. What was resolved? Because you
First
called every
off,
week.
I want to make sure I understand. Why is the police department so angry with me?
No one's angry with you. I don't even know
Nobody's
you,
angry
man.
with you.
Oh, okay, because I mean, if I'm reporting, I don't know why my phone does this.
So let's get to the point. What kind
Yeah,
of
let's get to
report?
the point. You trying to get your camera stuff.
We have
Let's get to the
people
point.
calling
We
the
got other
station
people coming.
with
Show us what
major-
you have, so we can see. If we
You
can
have no
find
clue why I'm here, supposedly, to know?
Well, let us know.
Okay. So I reported in 2018. I have to give you the whole thing, the whole overall thing, if that's okay. So in 2018, I was pried away from my child out of corruption. Okay. So they concocted 2018. I informed the
Let's
court.
go. Tell us who they are. When you say
The
they, tell us
court.
who.
I said the court.
What are we
Okay.
dealing with today?
I'm
Today.
telling you.
Not
It is
2018.
a crime. It is a
not
crime for you to
2018.
terrorize me,
Today.
reporting crimes and crimes.
So what
I can't
happened
report
today
crimes.
that you need to
Who
report?
is
I'm reporting
they,
it.
Clark? Who you
I'm
said
reporting.
Who?
So 2018, the 255th District Court, I reported to them, Deborah Milson, I reported to Kim Cooks and Beecham that I did not have access to my daughter. In 2019, fully aware that I didn't have access and playing games, they took my child custodial rights away and I did not have access. So I could not have done anything wrong if
So
I
we
didn't
can't
have
do
it.
anything about them taking your child away from you. We have nothing to do with that. That's a court system. We have no control of
That's
that.
a crime. That's a blatant lie.
We don't deal with that.
You do investigate interference. Okay, well, let me move forward.
So you need
let
to
me
deal
move
with that
forward.
with the court system.
I'm sure. Okay, so
Okay.
moving forward,
Next
the court's
thing.
committed a crime that the government refuses to let me report. So they set me up on supervised visits.
Okay.
If the people were abiding by the law, clearly they're not.
We can't do anything.
I
regarding your custody of your kid.
haven't communicated what I'm here for.
You need to tell us what you're here for so we can deal with it. We don't.
Right.
We're not going
It's
back
going to be hard when you tamper with evidence, commit crimes,
Things
to
that
cover
you're telling
up
us
for
from
criminal
the
activity.
court systems, you got to deal with.
So
it in the
moving
court
forward,
system.
because he's commits felonies over and over with no consequences, as well as a multitude of other officers.
Where-
So moving
who-
forward, I placed on supervised visits. I'm placed on supervised visits that I cannot get out of corruption, and then I'm bullied and violated by the police department
Ms. Clark,
relentlessly.
what are you here for today? Have you tried to pick up your kid?
Yes, I can. I reported that to the police department. There's interference with child custody crimes.
So, like this officer Jenkins said, what are you here for today?
I had a supervised visit this week. I didn't get it, as well as no
Where's
supervised
your
visit.
paperwork?
Right here.
Show us your paperwork.
My supervised visits are for family FLP. They're committing a crime and won't give them to me. I've already signed up for supervised visits. They will not give it to me out of
When the last
corrections.
time you went?
I can't. I have it recorded on my channel where I went in, and the police said that there was nothing they could
You
do.
supposed to pick the kids up while your supervised visits when, Ms. Clark?
I get them every week, and I haven't been able to get them since they've been set up ever.
Did you go attempt to get them, Ms. Clark?
I did.
Where
Go
did
to
you go?
Tempton, family FLP, and I've called the
Where
police
is that?
because
I don't know anything about that, Ms. Clark.
that's. Did you need that address?
Yes.
Okay, you need the address. Okay, here's the order right here. I turned it into a multitude of people, and I just haven't had an investigation for some reason. But as far as investigating the criminal activity, the interference with child custody crimes, that's off the table. The police department will not investigate those crimes, period. Is that what you're stating?
Okay, so I haven't read this, Ms. Clark, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I am reporting that people made false statements, which is a state jail felony and can't get an investigation. Hindering a child custody agreement is a felony crime as well. Making false statements to a family court is criminal.
You have to get so many.
I'm not being heard. Making false
Felony.
statements to a family court is a felony, a crime, and hindering a child custody agreement is a crime. And I have not found the direction to investigate those crimes for years.
Who is Michael K?
That's the dad.
That's the dad.
That made false statements. Here's a restraining order, right here.
Michael K.
Here's a restraining order.
Or removed as joint.
You don't want to see the evidence? How am I going to do a report if I'm showing you evidence and you don't want to take it? Tamper with evidence is a felony crime. It's criminal. Terrorizing me and arresting me, detaining me, and violating me for trying to have access to my daughter is
He's the
criminal.
sole parent, right? This is what the paper is saying?
Am I not being heard? Making false
Are you
statements.
answering my questions? I'm trying to help you.
Yes.
Okay.
Making false statements
Answer
to
my
a family
question,
court
Ms. Clark.
is a
Thank
state
you.
jail felony.
I'm reading through
Hindering a
this.
child custody agreement is a crime. We're not concentrating on that as we have not for years.
Right to the sole school official.
Making false statements to a family court is criminal. Multitude of people conspiring to hinder a child custody agreement is a felony crime. Even if it's hundreds of people doing it, it's still a felony charge. It's not my fault people choose to rack up these felonies with no consequences.
When last time you saw your kids, Ms. Clark?
I can't even remember. I remember like last time you told me that if you've never seen kids, when you came around there, you didn't even know I had kids.
Because you didn't say nothing about them, ma'am.
You said that you haven't seen
I had to
kids.
ask you about them.
We're deflecting, sir. We're deflecting today.
This is the first day that you
I don't like to get bullied, sir. I'm going through a lot. I don't want to get bullied.
Be seen on your
Yeah, I don't want to get bullied. It's criminal and it's abusive. Trying to intimidate people, trying to report crimes is a crime. You don't have that right, and it's against regulation. Bullying people, intimidating them, trying to report crimes is criminal.
So the father of the kids is awarded sole custody of the kids.
I'm not
right?
being heard, sir. That tamper
Are you
with
going to
evidence.
answer my question, Ms. Clark?
You're looking at the paper. What do you see?
And I'm asking you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Out of criminal activity, making false statements to a family court is a crime. People conspiring, police department, CPS, and a multitude of people conspiring with interference with child custody is a felony crime.
Abuse or neglect. It is therefore that the king's possession of children, Michael K. shall be under the supervision of Faith and Liberty Place on Harry Hines for 2 hours per week at times set by FLP. Did they set the times you're supposed to come see your kids?
They won't speak to me. I can show it on my YouTube channel. And the dad, here's a restraining order the dad did right here. And he don't know why he did it. You guys keep covering for it.
So this is saying that you have...
I'm here reporting that people made the state jail felony of making false statements.
For 2 hours per week at a time.
Making false statements to a family.
Are you going to let me
Are you going to let me tell you why I'm here?
No, I'm going to let me read this. So we can try to resolve this.
Okay, sure.
It says the court finds that credible evidence has been presented to Ms. Clark has a history of pattern of child abuse or neglect. It is therefore ordered that Ms. Clark's possession of the child, Michael N.K., shall be under the supervision of the Faith and Liberty Place, 8915 Harry Hines Boulevard, and there's the phone numbers, for 2 hours per week at times set by that place. It is ordered that Michael K., the father, shall deliver the child to the agency 15 minutes before each scheduled period of possession. Have you went over there and tried to set up your times and call the police on her when they're not doing it? Have you done that? When have you done that, Ms. Clark?
Let me show it to you on my channel. One moment.
Associated with the supervision.
Can we talk about the false statements made to the family court, the restraint? We don't want to talk about the state jail.
For in advance of each period of visitation by the personnel directly as
it's so hard when the police department just gets away with felonies year after year with no consequences.
Reasonably requested by the agency. Okay. I'm just reading, Ms. Clark.
Okay. Well, I wanted to concentrate on the state jail felony of making false statements to a family court, which you won't let me concentrate on.
Take that up in court. It has been represented to the court that there has been a pattern of child neglect.
You've already stated that.
By responding
You've already stated that. Can you find out what it is?
Can
you find out what it is? Because the dad went up there and made false statements.
You have to take that up with the court and the father, ma'am.
Okay, so who investigates the state jail felony of making false statements to a family court?
Obviously, they got these orders. It wasn't false.
If it's a crime to make false statements, then they investigate that. So if it's a crime to make false statements to a family court,
it's been investigated, okay?
I'm not being heard.
Anybody can say it's a false statement.
Right,
People
but that's
say,
why
"I didn't
who
do-"
investigates? Who
People say, "I
investigates
didn't do a
it?
crime all the time."
Right, but who investigates the false statements to the family court? Who
The court,
investigates?
The judge.
Okay,
Talk to
so
the judge.
for the family place FLP, you want me to do that. So if the judge is committing crimes, who investigates the judge?
Ma'am, that's beyond us.
Okay,
We take the initial report.
my phone's malfunctioning.
Ms. Clark, are you and Mr. K married?
No,
Okay. This is termination order, provision of this order relating to conservatorship, possession of access, terminate on the marriage of Michael K. and Ms. Clark. Okay, unless a non-parental agent is appointed conservator of the child. Okay.
so I know one is going to investigate the false statements made to the family court.
Ma'am,
That's
that's
going
when
to
you in the family court, obviously it wasn't false if they made these papers. They investigated.
Okay, well let me let you see this. This is a restraining order.
Unsealed.
Here's the restraining order
Mhm.
that the dad went up there and made.
That who did?
The dad,
Made on who?
me.
Okay, what am I supposed to do with these?
Okay, so there's a restraining order.
This was in 2018. And
Right.
This paperwork is in 2019, so the restraining order was before the paperwork.
Okay, the family place FLP is not giving me the supervised visits. So
Okay.
how did they do a restraining
The
order?
restraining order was before your conservatorship paperwork, ma'am.
I didn't
So
have
your
access.
Your restraining order was before.
Are you covering for it?
Ma'am, I'm not
'Cause
covering
tampering
the
with evidence
paperwork.
is a felony.
You don't want me to read this paperwork.
I'm not being heard, sir.
This
I
is your
came here to
evidence. You're
report
being
crime.
heard. I'm letting
Okay,
you
so
speak.
they did a restraining order.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Get over to the father.
Okay, the dad went up there
For
and did.
child abuse.
What is a child abuse, sir?
For you.
Okay, what
on
was a
you
child abuse?
Towards your child.
I don't
And
know what the
neglect.
child abuse is.
Okay. It's
Are
in
you
the
trying to
paperwork.
intimidate me, ma'am?
No, I'm just seeing what you're looking at. You're pointing stuff at us, and I wanted to see.
Oh, there's a camera. Isn't there a camera in here? There's a camera right there that can record your crimes. Okay, so here's a restraining order. So this is how it is. When you go to the police and they're criminals, every last one, they send out bullies. This is criminal. This is crimes over and over again. So let me go ahead and help them get their felonies if they ever get them. Yeah, but the problem of it is false statements are made and no one's investigating those false statements. They want to enforce this crime.
Try that number.
That's the problem. Why won't anyone look at the crime that's happening and they enforce crimes?
What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna call the Faith and Liberty place to see if we can get someone to see what's going on with your 2 hours per week that you're supposed
Why
to
not?
get
But
set
I'm
up.
not being heard. Why police departments and CPS and a multitude of people are enforcing that state jail felony
I'm worried
and
about
interference with child custody,
this is what I'm gonna
making
check
false
and how I'm
statements to
gonna
the family
start.
court.
Okay?
Okay, and then
You
I
want
want
me
you
to
to
do
hear
that?
the dad set up a restraining order, and I want you to hear that he does not
You
know
want
why
me
he
to
did it. The dad set up a restraining order, and I have him recorded stating he don't know why he did it. It's
You need
obvious
to go back
crime.
to that court and talk to them about it.
I did, and they're covering for the crimes, and I can't get
There's
here.
nothing I can do about
So
that.
people can rack up felonies and then year after
That's how you
year.
look at it, Ms. Clark.
Okay, so that is interference with child custody is a crime. Why is everyone refusing to investigate it? That's a felony charge.
Didn't I just say I'm about to call this place and see?
Right, but you're not investigating the false statements made by the
Can
family
I start
court.
here first?
Okay, go ahead, and then I'll let you hear that recording so you know that dad is making false
We're not
statements.
investigators.
I don't know why CPS and a multitude of people would bully me and
We'll be
violate
right
me
back.
for having access to my child, which is a crime,
Call this number.
and get away with it year after year with no consequences. Interference with child custody is a state jail felony. Making false statements to a family court, you lying, conning year after year, covering up for crimes with no consequences. That is not true. You investigate that. You are lying. It is you. You're enforcing it, so you don't want to investigate it. You're blatant. Look at my channel, man, Kiana Clark Peace on YouTube. When there's witnesses, then they try to pretend like they're trying to assist. Okay, you want my YouTube channel so you can see what the police do? Keyana Clark CLARK Peace.
She's working.
And then when witnesses leave, they start the same bullying procedure up again. They investigated. They're blatantly lying, as they have done years. They are blatantly lying. They're enforcing the abuse of my child for profit and are completely lying about the investigation. And depriving me of investigation, which is criminal. They get away with it year after year with no consequences. They're blatantly lying. So the government's behind the interference with child custody. They took bribes. This man claims that he made $2 billion in 1 year. I don't know what he does for a living. I have no clue. Police deprived me of investigation to find out what's going on. That's how much he claims he made. I saw him flying a helicopter. I don't know what the truth is. This was an online situation. I met him a couple times in person. So anyway, but I found out this man was monitoring me and surveillancing me at home. He was telling me what I was doing at home, very personal things in my feed. Well, in the YouTube chats and, different avenues and fake pages. So anyway, to make a long story short, they don't want to investigate it because they got paid a lot of money in committing crimes to keep me away from my child. Even though this is an insane amount of criminal activity, abuse of power, they refuse to investigate it because they already got bought off. And in investigating it will show the criminal activity behind the situation, and they don't want to show that. But by law, you normally don't have a right to not investigate yourself. Even if it is the government, there should be someone governing these people, especially with the level of insanity that you're viewing on my channel. Their behavior is a threat to national security, as I tried to state before COVID, and nothing was resolved. When the government acts like they're mentally ill, schools shutting down because I got a new job, it's just not safe for anyone. If the government is committing these heinous crimes and no one's governing them, I believe that this is a threat to national security, as I stated before COVID. Because we're talking about a multitude of cohorts depriving someone of their constitutional right to go to court. Multiple. I have never heard of that. We're talking about some of the United States being so corrupt, they deprive a citizen of their right to mail and entice people to commit felonies. I have never heard of a whole post office being so criminal that they would not deliver someone their mail. The same post, the same address that I wrote all kinds of advocates all over the United States. I bought all kinds of stamps, envelopes. I spent a lot of money on a campaign since everywhere I went was corrupt. I wrote a whole bunch of letters, all FBI locations outside of my location because they all appeared to be corrupt. So I wrote all over the United States, multiple locations, multiple civil rights activists, not one stitch of mail. My sister was terrified and would not give me the mail. I called the police on her. She still wouldn't give me the mail with the police there. He said, okay, and left. It wasn't my sister, it was someone else that lived there. It was actually her apartment, but my sister was out and they claimed she had the mail and I still couldn't get the mail. I never did, not one stitch. And what would cause my sister, knowing that I was fighting for my life and I wrote all over the United States to deprive me of vital mail, as well as a multitude of domestic violence a multitude of shelters deprived me of mail, felonies, so the sober living place I was forced to live in out of corruption with no drug addiction. These are felonies from Health and Human Services, from CPS. They claim they sent mail. So these are unheard of extreme events the government has been getting away with no consequences for years. I have never heard of an experience like mine, and try to get help with domestic violence organizations to get clarity on the chaos I experienced, to see if they're as appalled as I am, police keep showing up intervening that, to the degree with assault and arrest at New Beginnings in Garland, Texas, with no consequences, to the extreme of a police helicopter looking for me at Salvation Army, October of 2018. Then I went to internal affairs and said, why, when I lied about everything at this shelter and they lost me and someone told me that they were passing out money left and right looking for me, I had a disguise on, I changed my clothes, this wig, and took the wig off. So when I did that, they lost me. And then there was a police helicopter looking for me outside. I went to internal affairs and I questioned why this police helicopter was shining the light on the ground around Salvation Army looking for someone, and they lost me. And they did not have answers on why that police helicopter was surveillancing, doing a search around Salvation Army. That was a learning curve for them, and they made sure that these organizations were controlled or either did not help me. The last one that tried to do a little bit of help when I used an alias was Family Place. And then when the car sped up like it was going to hit me, they left. They put me out.
You ready?
Hold on. Let me let you see the restraining order? You saw the restraining order from the dad?
Who are you talking to?
You? The restraining order that I showed you from the dad?
You showed it to me earlier?
Yeah. So here, listen to this.
They didn't answer that number, so.
Sorry.
Hold on. I'm giving you evidence. Restraining order. This is the dad.
Okay. we need to talk about Michaela.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, because what did I do to not have my own child? What did I do so I can't have Michaela?
Who is that? Him?
The dad, the one that you read about, that went to do the restraining order. Okay, what I've been trying to tell the police department, he said he don't know.
He don't know
What I did to not have my own daughter. Let me play it again.
Miss Clark.
Hold on, I'm giving you vital evidence. Hold on.
You're gonna have to take that to court.
I want direction, and I don't know why you would sabotage me having direction. Just hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
Why would you bully me in the dad?
direction is you need to go back to the court system and deal with the court system. This paper here states that you should have your kids based on what Faith and Liberty Place gives you for 2 hours per week at that time. They're not open on weekends, so you need to go back to that location and see what days and times you're supposed to have your kids. And at that point, if they don't give your kids, then you can call the police from there. At that point, we can't verify.
I've already called the police. And
You didn't
nothing
call
was.
from there?
I did.
I don't know about that.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me show
I don't
you.
need to know now.
You do. You.
So as of today, man, we don't have anything.
Okay,
You got
well,
anything else?
yeah, I do. I do have
What do you
something
have?
else. I want you to rack up the felonies that you run. Hold on.
Ms. Clark, what else do you have?
I'm giving it to you. I just
I
said
have
hold
work
on.
to do. And we have other citizens of Dallas calling.
You see the pattern that disregarding? They have other citizens that are more important to me.
Because we
As the
told you
apartment
what you need
complex
to
was
do.
told to do.
Anything else, Ms. Clark?
Yes, honey, let me show it to you. Hold on, let me get it.
I don't need to see nothing on your YouTube channel.
It's evidence. It's just what I recorded, evidence. And not getting evidence is a crime.
Anything else, Ms. Clark?
I'm getting evidence. Okay, so right here, I have a stalker, and I fell through the cracks a lot trying to report him.
You have a stalker? Have you found a stalker officer?
Now, can I do that? Can I tried to do what you
How is he
wanted.
stalking you, Ms. Clark?
I'm showing you.
How is he stalking you, Ms. Clark?
Great idea.
You don't want me to show you?
I'm asking you. I don't need
We need to
see
hear
you.
from your mouth.
Tell me.
I've already reported it to you. You haven't
How is
listened
he
to
stalking
The
you?
report is done.
it. It was never an investigation, but I have new evidence.
Michael's Mega Monster Sale is going
Okay,
on
hold
now.
on. Let me show it to
50%
you.
off Halloween.
Hey, Me is one of the cyberbullying channels that I believe my abuser has set up for me. Okay.
Who is that?
Me is the cyberbullying site that my stalker has set up, I believe.
You believe.
Right. That's
Okay.
what you.
That's not evidence. You believe. That's your belief. That's not concrete evidence, Ms. Clark.
Okay, you haven't seen any evidence. You're still terrorizing and bullying.
You just said you believe.
Right. So can I show you
That's
the evidence?
not concrete evidence, Ms. Clark.
You're committing a crime, sir.
If you
Tamper with
have
evidence and
anything
felony.
dealing with any cyber crime, there's a unit downtown.
I haven't shown you anything. Can I show you the evidence?
Take it to them, Ms. Clark.
Okay, so let me show you what
Anything
else.
else that you have, Ms. Clark?
Let me show you.
Anything else?
I haven't shown you anything. Are you
Anything else
depriving
that
me
you
of the
have?
right to show you?
Do you have anything else?
Are you
that
depriving me of the
wanna
right to
us
show
or talk
you?
to us about?
Tamper with evidence is a felony crime, sir, and you've already done it a multitude of
Ms. Clark,
times.
we're going to be done here in a second.
Can I show you the evidence, sir?
Show me what you have, Ms.
Okay. Okay, so I went to CPS, and this is a crime that the cyberbully has set up.
Clark. You believe.
Right.
How
But
do
you
you-
haven't. Let's look at it.
You're saying, how do you
Look,
believe?
sir,
how do
you
believe it's
terrorize
him?
me all the time
How
with
do
this
you
criminal
believe it's
reporting
him, Ms.
crimes.
Clark?
Look at it.
Who is he?
Jason Gardner of Vivid Images, you took a
Show
report
me that
last
he
time
did
but wouldn't
that.
investigate it.
Show me that he did that, Ms.
You-
Clark.
What am I showing you? What does the video show?
You said he did it. Show me that.
What is
Mr.
he
Clark
doing?
did it. Jason.
What is it? What is that? What am I trying to show
Ms.
you?
Clark, show me that he did it. That would be evidence.
Okay. I'd like to know,
Do
first
you
off,
can you show me that he did it?
what am I showing you right now
Have a
with
good
my
day, Ms.
phone?
Clark.
So they're taking bribes. Taking bribes is a felony crime.
Leave our
Look,
building.
they used to start them and arrest me trying to
No, the court, you need to go back to the court system.
So they cover for the
As far as
stalker.
custody, you need to go to
So
that-
he's
that
controlling the
center
police department
and see when your
and
days
bribe
of
them
time
to take
are
my
okay.
child
Have a good
custody
day.
rights out of corruption, and they're enforcing the crime for profit. Taking bribes is a crime. They have arrested me, assaulted me, and have violated me at support groups. This is a crime you're witnessing. Year after year, nothing is done. You can't just decide to take bribes from a mentally unstable man, break into someone's phone, and degrade them, violate them, and mistreat them when they're already terrified for them. I didn't know if they were going to kill me. They get away with everything, all these things with no consequences. They are clearly covering for this man. Year after year. He is so innocent, but they walk off just like they did in Itasca. So this is where I'm at. He's jealous of my child, and he paid them a lot of money to keep me away from my child. A multitude of people. Taking bribes is a crime. You don't have a choice just because you have badges and guns and you're judges to just take bribes and violate someone, terrorize them year after year, embezzle funds, entice people around that person's environment to violate them and mistreat them openly over and over again, year after year, with no consequences, down to the extreme of even interrupting conversations. If I go to the store right now, they will be waiting on me to terrorize me there with no consequences. You keep witnessing crimes over and over again on this channel when nothing is repetitively done. Both of those people just committed felonies. Tampering with evidence is a felony crime. Interference with child custody is a crime. That is a felony as well. Not reported suspected child abuse is also a crime. They have just committed a multitude of crimes which have been already ignored year after year. They have racked up felonies with no consequences. I'm ready for these people to get their charges. They're supposed to be investigating it. He's blatantly lying with no consequences. He is lying, as well as the other party that was there to bully and violate and intimidate me, trying to have access to my daughter and report the stalker who's in abuse they have been enforcing for years for profit. He just committed a crime. I didn't get my report number. Tampering with evidence is a felony, and that's what you're doing. I need my report number because I didn't get the report. You're tampering with evidence. That's a felony crime. You don't have a right to tamper with evidence and demand that I leave so you can enforce your felony. I wanted the report number, and you've gotten away with this crime over and over again. Bullying me and violating me to enforce your crime.
You don't have anything else.
You just called and said that Family Place FLP.
They did not answer, Ms. Clark.
Right, I want a report number. I want a report number. You not giving me a report number is a felony crime.
You don't have a report number.
I want a report that I didn't have access to my daughter.
I'm going to ask you to leave this facility.
You're committing a crime right now.
Long enough.
You're committing a felony crime, and you need. So they are enforcing the child abuse, which is a crime. And they get away with this crap year after year. I'd like my report number. Why would the government taking a bribe is a crime? I like a report of what was shown.
What?
The interference with child custody. You said that Family Place FLP didn't answer the phone.
You don't. The paper says you get 2 hours.
I've never had them. I've never had them. I wanted to report that. I want a report number. The government, it's a crime.
They're supposed to give you.
You saw it on the paper.
It didn't say a day and time. You need
the police enforcing child abuse is a crime. I want a report number. You're committing a crime right now. Okay. I want my report number.
You don't have a report, Ms. Clark.
This is a crime.
Okay.
The government took bribes in enforcing my daughter's abuse, and that I don't have anything else to do with her for profit, which is criminal. That's why they won't give me a report number.
Yeah, you got to deal with the court system.
I want to report it to the police.
Ms. Clark.
You're not listening.
You're not listening. I want you to not tamper with evidence. The felony that you've been getting away with, this is a criminal. I like my report number. That's why I came here. And you're committing a crime right now. You don't want it on the body cam footage, the felonies that you're committing, so you don't want me to get.
Believe me, everything.
Okay, I want the report number, so I have evidence. I like the report number.
You've already made your report.
I haven't made the report
we told you
because I haven't had access years, and I want I want people to know that you're committing a crime right now. You have no right to tamper with evidence like you've done years. You don't want it on there, the crime that you're committing, so you don't want to give me the report number, which is criminal. You're committing a crime right now. You don't want to record your crime, have evidence of your crime, so you're depriving me of a report number, which is a felony crime.
It's all in the system.
I want the report number. I don't have it.
You don't have a report.
If interference with child custody is a crime.
New, ma'am.
Can you have them give me a report number? The police keep tampering with evidence. They have to disregard.
Ms. Clark.
I asked for a report number. This is a felony.
There's no report.
Because you're committing a crime.
You've already made your reports.
I don't have a report number.
Twice.
Because he's tampering with evidence. I'd like the report. Are you trying to threaten me for trying to get a report number? Are you enforcing a crime? Okay, can I protest out here that you're committing a crime? I'm going to do a protest out here. I'll go ahead and outside and protest that you're committing felonies here and you're depriving me of the right to do a report. I can protest outside?
Okay. That's what you have to do.
Okay, that's what I have to do because you openly commit crimes. I'll do it in front of, I'll protest that you committed felonies year after year with no consequences. He want to make sure I'm gone because he wants to enforce his crime being committed. Bullied and violated, trying to have access to my daughter. I have 1 minute. 1 minute
We've already handled your situation.
to enforce this crime.
We got
other citizens, like the apartment complex had other people they had to help. This is going on years. Everyone has other people that are more important disregarding than me. They have assaulted and arrested. It's no joke. It's just sitting at a support group, handcuffed, assaulted, arrested, and hauled off at a domestic violence organization. It's not a joke. I thought they were going to kill me. They are not racking up these charges, these felonies that they keep on committing. There was a man that rode a bike in front of me too. He waited. Sometimes I try to scare him. If you walk in front of a car, what is your expectation? So it was a man on a bike. I didn't have time to record it. He was home. He looked homeless. So they entice these people that are poverty stricken to endanger themselves and walk in front of my vehicle for profit. Homeless people. That's your government. Year after year, when I went to the police department and said, roll back the camera footage, watch this, multitude of people are doing this, it is not safe, I don't want to be held responsible with these people putting their life in jeopardy, dang accidents happen. He covered for it, and then they later gave me a criminal trespass from the police department. The police department is not acting mentally stable, as I tried to address before COVID. If our government is acting mentally ill, is that a threat to national security? I keep getting handcuffed and violated trying to report that. Who goes to a domestic violence support group and arrests someone just for sitting there and assault them too? And get away with it year after year on camera footage. Then entice the people that are there, employees that are designed to help, to become abusers too. And call us out to enforce our crimes. So they sat there. I told them that the police just sitting in the road. I said that the police enforce crimes. She waited. They do this on purpose. It's not on accident. And then they scheme reasons to do it. That woman is the same woman that blocked me in a car. I don't know how. I think that they really live here, but the security is enticing these people. This is a con security. This is a really powerful man. So he enforces the gang stalking in my environment. So the security was standing over the landlord, the office. Then they didn't want to tell me about the services that they offer. So he gets to, because he's, has an obsession, and he enlists the government in his abuse, he's able to have his own security to stalk and harass and control. So then they intimidate my locations. But all the churches I go to, before I even get there, they're already informed to not give me assistance, not give me love, not give me support, and disregard me. They abuse power and notify all the churches because they all have the same pattern. Watch the pattern on my channel. Then when I ask for service, they call the police or get security. That's not normal. Normal citizens have a right to get love and support from church members. I need to calm down and not be intimidated and violated. I looked for other locations. I was railroaded into this location. This environment is very controlled. Then when I started venturing out, getting out, going places, fixing myself up, he had to hurry up and intervene in that and then cause havoc with my job. And the police are behind it, so they don't want to investigate anything, which happens to still be criminal. They're not supposed to have a choice. So you just saw it yourself. They have camera footage, but they wanted to bully me and violate me in this apartment complex and then slander me for their bad behavior. If I said the police will not investigate, I'm here on domestic violence pretenses. I'm paying full rent. But I let them know I have a domestic violence situation going on. And then you bully me and violate me and deprive me of maintenance in the process? Like a multitude of other locations? And then they have the audacity to call me mentally ill. Anyway, this is a video diary. Who thinks of having someone walk in front of the car and blocking the whole road and then trying to hurry up and get your phone and pretend like you were just accidentally in the middle of the road on your phone? The same person that blocked me in with her car not too long ago. So accidentally you stopped. Who stops in the middle of the road even if you're on your phone? You have to pay attention to these schemes. I was forced to do my own investigation. So you stop in the middle of the road on your phone? Or do you get on the side of the road and get on your phone? I went through these cons years with no law enforcement, so I had to read between the lines and realize that they were con artists in the harassment scheme. Like I said, someone came out in front. He waited, then got in the road on a bike. He looked homeless. Then you saw the other party, and then you saw the party here, the same person that I witnessed block me in. So these people live here. Someone's enticing these people to be a part of their criminal activity and enforce crimes and harassment. Anyway, this is a video diary. I've had to go through it years. It was worse. They were arresting me and assaulting me. They come out on their own. They demand me to leave hotel rooms. They terrorized me, talking to people. They threatened to put me off property at the convention center, Fort Worth. I told someone that I was moving there because I was getting terrorized too bad in Dallas. I went to the Fort Worth Convention Center where they help people there. They lied and scammed. And then when I started to record, they resolved the issue. She started an argument and then said, "You can't stay here." And I said, "Roll back the camera footage." Why is she acting like that? Nothing happened. Then they had to resolve that issue because I started recording. But they did this all the time. Started arguments to deprive me of services. That was part of the scheme. So then I went back after that. And then when I went back, they said that all the women were put out. They got them in another environment. The women and children no longer stayed there, period. I said, what? So then they said, I asked them about the food they were supposed to have. They called security and wouldn't tell me it's recorded. So they called security when I asked about the food. So I was talking to someone and she told me about food and other resources in Fort Worth. Police and security interrupted our conversation. This is how the control they were. Because they had all these controlled environments depriving me of resources and assistance. So this woman in a new environment wasn't aware that she couldn't talk to me and tell me anything, like all the other conspirators in these crimes. So she was telling me everything. And then police and security interrupted a conversation and threatened to arrest me and told me to get off property just by having a conversation. And they have gotten away with chaos like this years with no consequences. They were there stalking, waiting on me, enforcing that this location not give me housing, even emergency housing, as they did at the Dallas Convention Center when they arrested me in the scheme. No consequences for years for this mob-like mentality from our government. They are behind all this chaos when I'm driving, the stunt drivers, people walking in front of my path, getting in front of my path. It was 3 people. I have been out maybe an hour, and we're not talking about this gang stalkers driving. An hour and 3 people deliberately jump in front of my vehicle. And what happened? The homeless, the people that looked homeless, except this woman right here that also blocked me with her car. This is a video diary. No consequences for all the insanity. Denied investigation for all of it. To the degree of criminal trespasses from a police department to enforce crimes.